The little girl's voice cut through the crowded bus station like a whisper that somehow became louder than every horn, engine, and announcement. It made a young Navy soldier stop, blink twice, and slowly look down, straight into the eyes of a 6-year-old girl with a pink backpack and innocent bravery that shouldn't belong to someone so small. And that, right here, is where your heart needs to stay for a moment. Listen closely, because what happened next changed every life standing at that bus stop, and if you stay till the end, you might feel something inside yourself shift too. And yes, before we move forward, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because stories like this are why humanity still believes in goodness. The Navy soldier's name was Iris. Only a few hours ago, she received a call that shook every part of her spirit. Her fiancé Michael, deployed overseas, wasn't answering after an emergency transmission. Rumors said something happened at sea. She was trying not to break apart, but the fear was too heavy. She stood alone at the bus stop, uniform still crisp, but her heart in ruins. She wiped her eyes quickly, hoping no one noticed, but children notice everything. That little girl, Noor, tugged her sleeve gently. "My dad is very strong," she said with a tiny burst of confidence. "He's a janitor but he fixes everything, even me when I cry." Iris forced a small smile, trying to hide her trembling lips. "Thank you," she whispered. But Noor wasn't done. "He was in the army before," she added proudly. "He knows soldiers like you. If you feel scared, he always tells me, soldiers are the bravest." At that moment, Noor's father walked out of the station coffee shop, holding nothing but 2 paper cups and exhaustion on his face. His name was Omar, late 40s, a single dad who barely got paid enough to keep life steady. Still, anyone could see something strong in the way he carried himself. Maybe courage never leaves the bones once it's inside. He kneeled beside Iris without hesitation. "My daughter says I'm borrowable," he chuckled lightly. But then his expression softened. "You okay, soldier?" Something about a stranger asking that question made Iris break. She didn't mean to, she fought it, but tears streamed without warning. Omar didn't react with awkwardness. He simply nodded with deep understanding. "Come, sit," he said gently, guiding her to the bus bench. Noor sat between them, tiny hands holding both adults as if she were glued by kindness. Then Iris confessed the whole truth. "They said there was an attack near his ship. They're checking survivors, they don't know anything yet." Her voice cracked so painfully that even other passengers began watching silently. Omar breathed deeply, steady, controlled, the way trained men do when remembering past storms. "Listen carefully," he said, voice low. "Until they tell you something real, everything is rumor. Never collapse under what hasn't happened. That's rule number 1 in a soldier's life." Iris blinked through tears. "You were military, too." He nodded. "Yes. But I left when my wife passed. My daughter needed a parent more than the world needed another soldier." That sentence hit her like a soft hammer, gentle, but it cracked something open. The bus arrived. People pushed forward. But Iris didn't move. Neither did Omar. Instead he offered her his phone. "Call the Navy helpline, talk to someone official. I'll wait right here." Minutes passed. Long ones. Heavy ones. She paced, prayed, hoped, feared. Noor sat swinging her legs, humming quietly, because little hearts know how to bring sunshine even on thunder days. Finally, Iris walked back, crying again. But this time, they were different tears. They said communication is down but all crews are secure. No casualties reported. They're safe. She let out a breath she had been holding for hours. Omar exhaled too, only now realizing how tightly he had been holding his own fear for her. Noor suddenly hugged Iris's waist tightly. "Told you my dad fixes things." Iris looked at Omar through grateful eyes. "You don't even know me." He smiled. "I know what it's like to stand somewhere alone." They waited for her bus together. She almost didn't want to leave them. The world felt less terrifying beside these 2 strangers who suddenly didn't feel like strangers at all. As the next bus arrived, Iris held Noor gently and whispered, "You are very brave." Noor grinned with missing teeth innocence. "Daddy says bravery means helping people even if you're scared." Before Iris boarded, Omar placed his hand respectfully on his heart. A silent salute, soldier to soldier, parent to parent, human to human. "Take care, Iris. And when he comes back, tell him someone in this world prayed for him." The bus doors closed, but she kept looking back, until the station disappeared. Later that night, she video called Omar to tell him officially, Michael was confirmed safe. Alive. On duty. Coming home soon. Omar didn't say much, just, thank God. Sometimes, that's the most powerful sentence in the world. Many weeks later, on a sunny afternoon, a man in Navy uniform stood on Omar's doorstep, Michael. He came not because he had to, but because Iris insisted. Michael shook Omar's hand. Hard. Almost emotional. Thank you for being there when I couldn't. Omar smiled. She wasn't alone. She had Noor. Noor ran up giggling, handing Michael a crayon picture of a ship and a stick figure family holding hands. This is you. And this is Daddy. And that's the crying lady, but she's smiling now. Everyone laughed. Even Omar, who almost never showed more than a half smile. Some moments don't need big speeches. They just need hearts present enough to care. So if you're still watching, stay with this thought. Sometimes the person who saves you doesn't come in uniform, sometimes, they come carrying a pink backpack and an unbreakable belief that kindness still exists. And if you felt something tonight, if this story touched even one soft place inside you, then remember to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more emotional stories like this. Because somewhere out there, another heart might need to borrow strength too.